I am not binding, and I'm smoking a cigarette. And you know why that is? It's because I have surgery in 22 days, and I have to quit smoking cigarettes tomorrow. I know that there's been a lot of talk about changes on the channel, and that's actually really exciting. But so far, we're missing a few people for a little while, and I don't know. So this is how it's going. It's a little jumbled, it's a little all over the place, but it's working. It's a working title project. So cigarettes. I'm listening to Alan Carr's quit smoking tape thing, and I'm actually really excited about quitting. I've smoked for 13 years now, and it's sort of like a taboo topic. Like, when I was still a smoker, I really probably wouldn't have wanted to talk about quitting, because, like, I don't really think that smoking is a big deal. But with the opportunity to quit, it's sort of like, why start up again if it's making me feel like shit? Which I think that it is. Like, I think I'll feel better without it. I don't know, I'm only halfway through the tape though, and he says, don't quit until the tape is over, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna make like a really long video and try to get all deep or whatever, because some people are thinking that maybe the videos are a little too long, so I'm just gonna go right into it and say, cigarettes. Do it. Talk about it. And if nobody responds to this video, then if we still have the video response option, then send us a video response talking about cigarettes, quitting, smoking, why not, anything about it. Or just leave comments, let's talk about it, submit to Tumblr, do it up, participate, because it would be nice to have conversations about this.
So, I thought I'd try, after that little brief, short quote video, try this more often in different locations than just in front of my computer. Anyway, so we're talking about cigarettes and smoking and such. Been doing that forever, although I'll say I have quit about 6 years ago or so from smoking cigarettes, which technically I have. But to go to the beginning, I started smoking when I was 16, so like 15 years ago. Ouch. And I guess I smoked for about a decade. And yeah, that I was like a pack and a half, 2 packs. It really depended. You know, smoking is such a social thing, especially when you go out to bars, go out with friends, hang out, play video games. Oh, everyone who's smoked and who's a gamer has always had those times where you light a cigarette, you're playing your game, you're smoking a few times, you put it on the ashtray, you play some more, you pull out another cigarette, you light the cigarette, you take a puff, you go to put it on the ashtray and go, oh, already one there, what a fucking waste. But yeah, no, it was one of those things. I kind of started with friends. I mean, how does most people start? And just kind of kept going. Have really had no intention of quitting. I like smoking. I like the flavors for the most part. Or at least I thought I did when I was a smoker. I liked the different things about it. I liked the smoke. I liked, the smell to a certain extent, again, until after I quit smoking. There's a lot of different things about smoking that, it relaxes you, even though it's a stimulant. And it just, I don't know. It's one of those things where you almost have to be a smoker to understand exactly why smoking is the way it is. Luckily, I'm a geek, and I finally decided, okay, I have no intent of necessarily quitting smoking, but there was this new thing about 6 or 7 years ago, at least new to the US. This was something that was big in, I think, Japan to begin with. But it was something that was just getting introduced in the United States. called e-cigs. And I bought the first one from one of the first companies you could buy it from here in the U.S., and it was absolute crap. I mean, come on, you know, everything's imported and it's older, and it's just like, it wasn't that good. I mean, it was early days. But it did get me off regular smoking for the most part. I tried to keep using it until I could get something that came out after it from a different company that was absolutely awesome. So at that point, though, I did the best thing I could think of doing, which is bought my last pack of smokes, smoked every single one, because, come on, I'm not going to freaking waste that. I mean, even back then, it was still, you know, that's a few bucks, so smoked every single one, and then I threw away all my ashtrays, all my lighters, except for my Zippos, because I'm not going to throw those away, and got rid of everything that was smoking related, and switched entirely to e-cigs. No looking back. So glad. Still using them to this day. Heck, I've even kind of gone as, you know, some people who roll their own tobacco, if you will. I kind of roll my own cigarette things. I mean, it's gotten to be kind of a do your own thing where you kind of roll your own elements and make your own wicks and put together your own tanks and whatnot. It's, well, over the years I've spent a little bit of money on this thing from different companies and bought different pieces and parts and different kinds of battery systems, and heck, you've even got battery testers to make sure of things. I mean, man, it is kind of a do-it-yourself completely. But honestly, what was really cool is, let's say 6 months to a year in on e-cigs, you kind of hack up a lung, and then suddenly you can breathe. Like, that's the one thing about e-cigs. I mean, yes, you're still on an addictive item, nicotine. That's, you know, one of the ingredients. But I suddenly got my lung capacity back. I'm not wheezing when walking out from a parking lot into my work. It's like, it's amazing. I can taste food again. I can smell again. I got away from the smoking area outside. Holy crap, why does no one tell us what it smells like? But, yeah, so, e-cigs. Firm believer. So that's kind of my life in smoking. Now vaping. And so, yeah, let's see what other people have to say. See if there's any other vapors out there. Anyone else have found the joys of e-cigs? Let me know. Boy.
Hey guys, today the topic is smoking, which is something I do, unfortunately. Shit. I've been smoking consistently for probably about 5 years. I started when I turned 17, and it's generally been something that I go to when I'm stressed. I like the taste of it. I think the moment I realized I was addicted was when one day I was searching for them in my bag, and it became really frantic. I was like shuffling through my bag, just really, really anxious. I felt like I was going to scream because I couldn't find one. And up until that point, I felt pretty convinced that I had a firm grasp on my smoking habit. I didn't feel addicted as such. Social smoking is a huge part of my life. I've made heaps of friends through social smoking, whether it's smoking outside on my lunch break or, I don't know, at a pub or something. Like, it's always been my, like, almost safety net in a way, because I'm a bit timid when it comes to meeting people. every time I've tried to quit, it's generally meant that I just smoke socially. So I haven't quit cold turkey in the time I started 5 years ago. So I don't really know what it's like to completely quit. And to be honest, the idea really scares me. I mean, I know that there's obviously consequences to your health. I'm no fool when it comes to that. I quit for 7 months when I went overseas last year because I was trekking, so I didn't want to collapse on the, the steps near Machu Picchu and die and have my grave there, although it would have been cool. Yeah, I was trying to get fit, so I quit, and then I relapsed about 4 months ago. I do get scared sometimes that it's going to jeopardize my health and, I don't know, reduce my life. Like, when at my worst, like, I don't even smoke that much. At my worst, I was smoking maybe, I don't know, 12, 14 cigarettes a day. I average about 6 now, so that's good for me. But when I was smoking 12 to 14, I was experiencing really sharp chest pains, like just here going throughout my arm, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. I had to get x-rays, and the doctors naturally said, hey, you're smoking too much, maybe you should stop. In Australia, a few years ago, they started doing this to cigarette covers, so like putting poor Brian onto it to scare us. This is another one. That's not as scary, it's just someone ashing their cigarette. But they have some with babies who are like all affected by smoke and like gangrene foot. So they're basically trying to turn us off. Now, they say that the studies have turned off people who are likely to take up smoking. So maybe people who were social smokers and wanted to take it up, they somehow got turned off. But most of the smokers I know, and myself included, that doesn't really stop us. I mean, it kind of sucks because the designs on some of the packets would help you identify them. And they all kind of look the same now, so it's really sad in a way. The cigarettes, I opted for a cheaper version in those ones, but the cigarettes I generally buy are around $18. When I started smoking, they were $10. So, I mean, they cost heaps now. And I rolled as well, but, I mean, when I went to Peru, the cigarettes there were $2, $2 Australian dollars. And they recently changed the rules, so when you come back to Australia from overseas, you can only bring 50 cigarettes, when it used to be 200. So they're really trying to tackle the issue here. I like how Andie brought up the e-cigarettes. My mum's boyfriend bought her one. I don't know why. It's not like she's a heavy smoker, but yeah. And I was trying it for a while. It's interesting because the one that she got was a weird scent, like almost fruity. To be honest, I don't know if I liked it, but I mean, I felt pretty cool just smoking it, and it's got like a little tip. I would bring it to show you guys, but we used it up. Anyway, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Let's go out back and plant a family tree.